In the US, the average American eats fast food 1 to 3 times a week. And with fast food being so convenient, why wouldn't you? But when did fast food become so popular? And who revolutionized it to be so quick, cheap, and convenient? Well, here's your answer. McDonald's. McDonald's as we know it today is not the same as it always has been, with all the new things like electronic, self-serving kiosks, and McDonald's forever evolving menu. McDonald's has evolved and paved the way for fast food restaurants. McDonald's revolutionized fast food restaurants and symbolizes a turning point in history because it changed the preparation process, the price, and the marketing. Thanks to the founders, the McDonald's brothers.
In the early 1900s, two brothers, Maurice and Richard McDonald, were growing up in a low-income home in New Hampshire. The brothers always dreamed of having money and living a life of wealth. Unlike their childhood, to make their dream a reality, they moved to Hollywood after graduating high school. They worked numerous jobs in Hollywood, but unfortunately, the Great Depression hit and had no money coming in. But one day in 1940, they saw a food stand that had great business despite the Depression, so they decided to open up their stand and called it the Air Dome. The Air Dome was open for 3 years as a hot dog stand in Arcadia, California, until the brothers decided it would be more financially beneficial to move to San Bernardino, and so in 1940, the brothers made the move and opened up their first permanent establishment, renaming it McDonald's Famous Barbecue, creating the very first McDonald's.
The menu jumps from 3 items to 25 and focuses mainly on barbecue items. McDonald's Famous Barbecue is attracting families more than teenagers, which was very uncommon for a drive-in restaurant. The brothers soon realized that the car hops that were serving the customers were not efficient enough for the crowds that were coming in, and the barbecue wasn't even the popular seller. It was the hamburger. So the brothers took the risk of closing the shop in 1948 to undergo serious renovations that would change the fast food industry forever.
While renovating, the brothers thought about how to cut production time down and came up with 2 things. The first thing was the assembly of the food. There was no rhythm, and the workers made everything end-to-end themselves, which slowed down the whole system. To fix this, the brothers took inspiration from the Ford assembly line and made a system where a certain group would flip the burgers, another group would assemble the meal, another group would package the meal, and the final group would run the food to the customer. This food assembly concept was brand new and is now a concept that every fast food business uses to this day. In 1948, the McDonald's brothers debuted the kitchen assembly line and called it the Speedy Service System, also known as SSS.
This new assembly technique also called for new machine inventions. Richard noticed McDonald's had an issue with consistency. No 2 items are the same, which is not what a fast food company wants. So Richard went to a peppermint patty factory to find out how each chocolate circle got the same amount of filling. He took what he learned from the factory and brought it to a chemist to have the machines custom made so that at the push of a handle, the same amount of ketchup and mustard would fall on each patty, ultimately making the assembly process even faster. Now every fast food restaurant uses these machines for any item, ice cream, sauces, even burgers, to be the same size and shape each time.
Speed! That's the name of the game. The first stop for every McDonald's hamburger is the grill, manned by 2 cooks whose sole job it is to grill those all-beef beauties to perfection. Meanwhile, as the patty cooks, our dressers get the buns ready. Watch out. Burger crossing.
Burger crossing. Burger crossing. Burger crossing.
Every McDonald's burger has 2 pickles, pinch of onions, and a precise shot of ketchup and mustard.
Now, where'd you get those?
We made them.
Made them.
Yeah, custom built. Whole kitchen is. Next
That is.
the finishing station where we put the whole thing together. And voila, a fresh, delicious burger from grill to counter in 30 seconds.
McDonald's successfully paved the way to make fast food a faster industry. McDonald's then completed its renovations by December 1948 by adding the mascot Speedy in hopes of appealing to customers' desires. However, business was slow and nobody understood the brand new concept of walking up to the window, and they assumed that no one was taking the order since car-ups had ceased to exist, so they were annoyed and would leave. But slowly, after quite some months, McDonald's got customers again. Children who are now able to get McDonald's without the need for a car and enjoy the sense of independence the window ordering provided them. With this buzz, McDonald's was back in business and more popular than ever. Even though the menu now only had 6 items, people of all ages went to McDonald's because it was the fastest option and was delicious.
McDonald's was gaining so much popularity that they began buying machines in bulk, specifically milkshake machines. When McDonald's ordered 8 milkshake machines at once, Ray Kroc, a salesman for multi-mixer milkshake machines, was so shocked that he flew out to San Bernardino to see who ordered such a quantity. When he got there, he couldn't believe what he saw. He met with the brothers and tried to convince them how rich they would become if they worked with him. The brothers opposed the materialistic offer at first, but after dinner and some convincing, they agreed. And Ray Kroc became the franchise manager in 1954.
This new era of McDonald's changed the fast food industry like never before, and introduced the world of franchises in 1955. Ray Kroc also created the McDonald's system. Ray wanted every McDonald's to look and taste the same no matter where you were, whether that was in Kansas or New York, so he worked with the Franchise Realty Corporation to make a plan exclusively for McDonald's. This lowered franchise fees and made the restaurant as big as it is today with the same model in place. He also created Hamburger University in Illinois to properly train managers and franchise owners so that quality and cleanliness will always be top-notch.
Kroc was beginning to make McDonald's huge, and by 1960, there were over 200 locations. Kroc had invented the franchising game of fast food. It was only done once he came along and made McDonald's the biggest name in fast food. His business model was a frontier for every other fast food restaurant in America. Along with more restaurant openings comes more innovation. Drive-thrus were a rare sight up until the 1980s, but McDonald's hopped on the rising trend quickly. McDonald's made their first drive-thru at a franchise in Arizona, which was next to an army base. At the time, military men and women were not allowed to wear uniforms in public, so the franchise opened up a drive-thru, so the station men and women could eat without being seen in uniform.
The direct concept became such a demand as American culture sped up, with wives getting busier and suburbs booming. The 9-to-5 schedule was in full swing. Americans needed convenience, so drive-thrus became the standard, a standard that McDonald's already complied with. Lastly, McDonald's has been the advertising master. McDonald's knows how to appeal to kids and parents. The Happy Meal was originally advertised for parents so that their kid would stop taking their parents' food, and everyone would be quote-unquote happier. It was also advertised to the kids by including toys with brand deals such as Minions and more movies.
Through the brothers' assembly lines, innovations, Ray Kroc's franchising, which has now reached 40,000 stores in over 100 countries, and audience-specific advertising, McDonald's has absolutely revolutionized fast food as an industry, and it's changed America forever.